This is video number 4, repeated, because somehow the recording got set to slow motion and most all of it was ruined. So starting over, this will be mostly about the keyboard and copy and paste and Siri, and just a couple of things that you will not have on your iPad because it's older, just in case you hear about it. So this page is just, we're in Safari now, and I'm on one of the pages at my site because it has a lot of text, and I know that I can use this on the text. If you want to use the keyboard, you'll use it for various things. You'll use it for searching up here in the search bar. You'll use it for like when you're in Gmail or anytime you have to fill out a form or anything like that. So in other words, to invoke the keyboard, you just have to touch up there. And I was saying before, I'm not sure how to get rid of these bookmarks. I think there must be a way, but I don't want to have to see them all the time. At any rate, have to find that out later. So down here you have the normal keyboard being brought up. This is a keyboard that's brought up because you can't type anything on this page. You're only here to view it. If you were in Gmail, you'd get a few more things that you could do. The keyboard would look just a little bit different because you can do different things there. But here, let's just point out a few things that are here. All of the letters are normally in lowercase unless you tap on either this one or this one, which is the same as the shift key. So if you want to type a letter, so you would go here, T, and then it would automatically stop. Oh, that's doing that because I'm in the browser bar and it's automatically trying to guess what I'm going to want. So then you could just type whatever you wanted. And if you're in a search bar and you're ready to go to that place, then you would just click go. If you wanted to delete some of those letters, this is your delete key here. You don't have a forward delete, only a backward delete. So you have to place your cursor, where you want it to back delete from. The letters here will be in lowercase unless you tap this. However, if you double tap, that gives you all the letters will stay capitalized until you click that again. Down here on both sides you also have your symbols keyboards, and so if you tap on either one you'll get a certain number of numbers and symbols, but you won't get all of them. And you'll get this nifty little undo button, which can be very helpful, but it's hard to remember where it is to find it when you need it, because the alternate way of undoing something that you're typing is to shake the keyboard, and that's very awkward. I mean, shake the whole iPad. That's very awkward when you don't have a small phone. So if you want more symbols than you have here, you have another keyboard, a third one, that you can get to by tapping this, which gives you more letters and symbols. And then I believe you just go back by tapping the ABC. That's not what I meant to say, but yes. So that takes you back to the ABC. There are a few things that are built into iOS 9.1 that you can change if you want to, but it's kind of handy, and that is it will usually start off if you're typing in Gmail, for instance. Let's go to Gmail so we can see the full keyboard here. Okay, so tap to let it know that you want to now type, and put the cursor wherever you want to start typing. And now you see that there's a little bit more across this top line that you can do. And you still have all the same stuff pretty much down here. But if you want to type something, let's say, we're going to start here after the period. So let's say you got to there and you were at the end of a sentence. You don't have to tap the period. You can simply double tap the space bar, and that puts a period at the end of the sentence and also creates a space, and it will start the next letter will be started automatically with a capital letter. So that's a little quick thing for doing when you're writing very much. It's helpful. This little keyboard symbol down here, if you tap it, oh, that makes it go away. That's not exactly what I thought. How do I get back? Well, try that. No, I don't want to discard it. Well, I guess I do. I don't want to save it. How do I get back? Okay, sometimes if you just tap down here, nope, that's not going to work either. Alrighty, well, I guess we're going to discard this. And we're going to start over. Okay, here we are. And, you know, we can tap. Okay, now we have some text to work with. So if you want to, oh, I guess there's a little thing here that will allow it to come down. Maybe I could have done that to bring it up. Nope, that just brings up the other thing. Okay, let's see. So you're typing along. For one thing, you also have these emojis down here. So if you want to put in a fancy face or anything like that, there are all these different categories down here that you can click on. And the first little section here is the frequently used ones, or in other words, the last ones that you either intentionally used or you unintentionally used because you tapped on the wrong thing, but it will still be in this area. You can just look through them all like this, or you can say, oh, I want sports, and you can go to the sports ones, etc. And if you want to go back to the regular keyboard, whoops, not so much. Press when you want to place the cursor, or tap. You can do it either way. Sometimes one works better than the other. So the little key that you have up here, I believe I said that's the delete key. The shift keys, the emoji key, the number keys, and the last thing is the Siri. So in other words, if you're going to, or voice dictation, in this case, it's voice dictation. So you can tap that and it will start, or that Siri actually, will start typing what you are saying. And it does a pretty good job, and it'll keep up with you pretty well. And when you're done, then you can you can put in period, and then you can start over and put a question mark, and other kinds of exclamation points and things like that. When you're done, you can just press done. Siri looks a little different if you invoke her from the main page or from in other ways. So in other words, if you want, let's see what happens if the normal way to bring up Siri is to double click. Whoops, that did not work. That's the app switcher, is to hold and press. There, now the little dink comes up down there, and that tells you that Siri is transcribing what you're saying. And if you ask a question or if you give her an instruction, she will either do that thing or she will give you an answer. And sometimes she can just be a little bit of a smart aleck, because that's, if she doesn't know the answer, that's pre-programmed into her. But you can see it does a pretty good job, and it's pretty fast. So to stop Siri, you just touch there again. And right. And I got off on, instead of talking about copy paste, which I'll go back to, we'll just finish Siri here for a minute. There's a little tiny question mark down in the lower left-hand corner after you've invoked Siri, and you can just stop Siri, or let's just stop Siri. Nope, that's the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I don't use Siri very much, but I want to. The way to get Siri back is to just tap on the home button. So the way to invoke it is to press and hold the home button. The way to get back out is just to tap it again. So let's go back to Siri, press and hold, and just to stop it, I'll do that.
I'm not sure I understand.
There's a little question mark down here, and if you touch that, it will give you all kinds of things that Siri can do. It can make an appointment for you, it can tell you the sports scores, it can tell you your photos from yesterday, it can give you directions home on your GPS, it can find restaurants, it can post things to Facebook, all kinds of things that it can do. And if you want more examples of how to ask it to do those things, you can press on this little button on the side and see lots of examples of what you can say to make Siri do those things. A lot of times other words will work too, but these are just some of the examples. So get back. Here would be another way to photos, searching photos, or maps, give me directions home, etc., etc. Now, to get out of Siri again, press the home button. And now we're going back to copy-paste. So in order to copy something, what you want to do is just press and hold. It will give you these options: select, select all, or paste, depending on where you are. If you click select all, it's going to select all of the text in this frame, which will be that. And then it gives you some options of things to do. But let's say you just want 5 or 6 words here. So in that case, you'd click select, and you'd get a little highlighted area with 2 handles. In order to change how much you're selecting, you grab the handle itself, the bottom part of the handle, or the top part of the handle on this one, and stop exactly where you want it to start. Then you can either cut that out. If you were writing it, you can cut it out. You can copy it and paste it somewhere else, either on this page or in another application. You can, I never use the define or share. The BUI is bold, italics, and underline. So let's say you wanted to bold everything. You would then bold it and then off click to make it go away. So let's see if there's anything else. You can also do some of that on what's called the smart keyboard. Remember, I showed you that there were some things on the top of the, let's go back to the other keyboard. Why was that not here? So let's go back to Safari. And here you see you have at least a few more things, like you have the undo, redo, and you have paste. I'm not sure where I saw the other one that has more things up here. And it also will have suggested text. It's always trying to predict which word you're going to type next. And so a lot of times you can select one of those words up there if you want to, or usually the left-hand one will be in quotation marks, and that will be if you're spelling something like, this always happens to me with the word amount. A lot of times I will abbreviate it as AMT, and if I don't click on that with the quotation marks around it, it will try to guess some other word that I mean and do an autocorrect that's usually not right. So that's just a little tip. You probably don't have to remember that. You can also create some of your own shortcuts, like the period there that was automatically put in. You can do other shortcuts for either words or kinds of punctuation you use a lot or things like that. And you have to do it from, you have to set those up from the settings app. And I have written down here exactly how you get to the text replacement, which is what it's called. Let's see, what else? And let's see, I think that's most of what I wanted to say on this one. And I think that I showed you, or maybe I didn't, so I should do that. This pin, the 30-pin connector that you use, this is the one that doesn't have a problem, but you have another one. And the place right here where it joins the hard part, the wire will often get, you know, sort of bent or twisted or something like that, and it wears out right there and it will split. And that's not a good thing. So on the other one that you have, you might just want to proactively wrap this area right here with electrical tape or something so that that will not happen no matter how you set down your iPad. No, goodbye, Siri.
I'm not sure I understand.